Green flag is in the air. We're underway. Main event time for the ASCS Santan Ford Desert Sprint Car Series. And Ryan Murphy, heat race winner earlier on here tonight, going to go top shelf, trying to rip the lip as he's side by side with R.J. Johnson for that third spot. As Kyle Shipley, he's broken out to about 3-car length advantage over Jonas Reynolds, and the rest of the field stacking up behind him, side by side racing throughout the 18 cars who took the green flag here tonight as R.J. Johnson does sneak past that 0-0 of Jonas Reynolds off of turn number 2. Now Johnson going to try to reel in the tail tank of Kyle Shipley. He's going to go top side of the racetrack to try to do that, along with Tyler Most in the number 3 machine. Most trying to get around the outside of Jonas Reynolds now as they work their way into turn number 1. Most and Reynolds still side by side. Give that spot to Most, who makes quick work of the 0 machine of Reynolds off of turn number 2. So right now it's Kyle Shipley, R.J. Johnson, Tyler Most, Jonas Reynolds. Then they're side by side, Dalen Pereira and Mason Kiefer for 5th. Last couple laps, R.J. Johnson in the second spot was working the top side of the racetrack. Now he's going to drop down the line with Kyle Shipley through 1 and 2. Going to go back up top shelf, though, through turns 3 and 4, trying to make it a battle with the OG of Shipley. Once again, falls right behind the tail tank of the OG now through turns 1 and 2 once again. So they bring it off at turn number 2 down the back straightaway into turn number 3. R.J. Johnson swings her wide, pulls up side by side with Kyle Shipley off of 4. Shipley still has the advantage. R.J. going to stay up to the top through turns 1 and 2 this time as they race off at turn number 2. He's there, he's gone. Passed and did R.J. Johnson as he sneaks around Kyle Shipley. Now Shipley goes top shelf. Kyle Shipley sees that the top line was working. He's going to follow suit with R.J. Johnson. Tyler Most still in that 3rd spot, followed by Jonas Reynolds in 4th. Mason Kiefer is 5th. Side by side behind him for 6th, though, Dalen Pereira and Sean Deskins in the 20 machine. Good hard racing back there between Mason Kiefer and Sean Deskins now as Deskins got around Pereira, and so did Dennis Gow. Now Deskins trying to slide up and get past Mason Kiefer as one car lost a tire over there in turn number 4. That is the number 33 of Brad Wise. Left front tire just came off of that car, bouncing through turns 4. Looks like every driver is able to work around that. Green flag's out, 18 laps to go. And we'll see what Kyle Shipley decides to do with the race leader, R.J. Johnson. He's going to try the slide job. He'll cross him. See if Johnson crosses back over as Tyler Most and Mason Kiefer now in the mix. R.J. Johnson going to take the spot right back. He slides up across the nose, and Shipley returns the favor in 4. Slide job city here between Kyle Shipley and R.J. Johnson. And it will be R.J. taking the race lead, but Shipley right back down to the inside. Kyle Shipley, R.J. Johnson putting on a show. Tyler Most trying to squeeze his nose to the inside as R.J. Johnson goes back by, but here comes Shipley once again. R.J. Johnson once again down the inside of Shipley into turn number 1, but Kyle Shipley off for 2. He'll take that spot back. Fans making some noise out here. See them clapping their hands. Definitely love to see that. And these drivers pretty sure red flag will fly. Big trouble in turn number 4. Tyler Most in the number 3 car. Green flags in the air, 17 laps to go. And once again, Kyle Shipley and R.J. Johnson going to try to pull away from Mason Kiefer in the 7MK as Sean Deskins has a bit of a wiggle. Dennis Gow goes by him for 5th. But it will be Kyle Shipley and R.J. Johnson running 1 and 2 on the racetrack. Rip the lip off of turn number 4. And here goes R.J. right back down to the inside of Kyle Shipley. Shipley, though, not going to let him complete that slide job. He'll go right back to the race lead off of 2. Into turn number 3, R.J. Johnson going to drop the nose down low, going to try to slide him, can't quite get by him that time. Shipley hangs on to the lead. Now he pulls away by about 5 car lengths. R.J. back in that 2nd spot, followed by Mason Kiefer in 3rd, having a great, strong run here tonight. With Jonas Reynolds in 4th, Dennis Gow in 5th. Mason Kiefer, though, having issues on the racetrack. His car is very slow through turns 3 and 4. This looks like trouble for Mason Kiefer. He's going to pull in the infield. His night is done. Tough break for the man running in the 3rd spot as Kyle Shipley continues to lead R.J. Johnson by about 5 car lengths. That's about a straightaway back to Jonas Reynolds in that 0-star machine with Dennis Gow 4th, Sean Deskins in 5th. 6 is the Prez, Josh Shipley. He's moved up 9 spots with Danny Mathis and Dalen Pereira duking it out right now for that 7th position. As one car spins off of turn number 4, gets back in the gas. That's Ryan Murphy right in front of your race leaders. No caution. We stay green. Actually, that was Wayne Siddle in the number 7 machine, not Ryan Murphy, as that's going to slow up Kyle Shipley just a smidge. That allows R.J. Johnson close gap about a car length behind him as they race through turns 3 and 4. Both those drivers hit the cush, but they carry on. But R.J. Johnson right up to the tail tank of Kyle Shipley, going to try the slide job into turn number 1. Can't quite do it. Shipley hangs on to it. Another car slow in front of Josh Shipley. He'll take his car off the track. That's the 43 of C.J. Bunch. His night is done here in tonight's main event as Kyle Shipley continues to show the way with 10 laps to go as the cross flags fly for Kyle Shipley. He has R.J. Johnson all over his tail tank as Jonas Reynolds, Sean Deskins, and Dennis Guile putting on the show 3rd through 5th as well. Your race leaders right now mired in some traffic. They just went around the 22 machine of Andy Soul. Both those drivers working the cush through turns 1 and 2 with Kyle Shipley showing the way by about 2 car lengths over R.J. Johnson. Shipley, though, getting a little bit of a log jam now behind the 7X of Ryan Murphy. Shipley has to drop down the inside of Murphy. Here comes Johnson now. The door is open for R.J. Johnson. He's going to take the lead, but here comes Shipley right back down the inside. Drag race down the back straightaway off of 2. Shipley down low, R.J. Johnson up top. They both go right up to the cushion. 4 in the fluff goes Kyle Shipley as a couple of cars get mixed up in 1 and 2. Looks like Sean Deskins, Josh Shipley are involved. Bruce St. James and Danny Mathis bring out the yellow flag. Green flags in the air. We're back on our way, and R.J. Johnson got caught sleeping right there on the restart as Kyle Shipley pulls away by about 6 car lengths. So Kyle Shipley pulls away from the 34 of R.J. Johnson as right now Dennis Guile, Jonas Reynolds, and Wayne Siddle having issues getting around each other. Reynolds and Siddle getting into each other. Ryan Murphy going to catch the backside of Siddle, who went for a 360 spin, thought he was in the clear. And green flag in the air, and Kyle Shipley tried to do it once again, catch R.J. Johnson sleeping, but hey, fool you once, shame on you. You ain't going to fool me twice, and R.J. Johnson continues to stay right on the tail tank of that 0G of Kyle Shipley. Off of 2 down the back chute. Going to dive down the inside in turn number 3. Go try the slide job. Little contact made right there. R.J. Johnson, Kyle Shipley make contact again. Right rears buffet. That's where R.J. Johnson just took Kyle Shipley, and Shipley goes up and over in turn number 2. Green flags in the air. And with just 8 laps to go, we'll see if Dennis Guile can become a player here as Dalen Pereira going to drop the nose down low as Dennis Guile and R.J. Johnson both rip the top side of the racetrack. R.J. out front by 5 car lengths as they work into turn number 3 off of turn number 4. Your top 3 drivers ripping the cush through turns 3 and 4. It's going to be Johnson, Guile, Pereira, Shepner, Schumann. Your top 5 with a couple of lap cars back there in the mix as well. Wayne Siddle, C.J. Bunch, and Andy Soul. As R.J. Johnson pulls away from Dennis Guile. Here as the laps wind down here with just 6 laps to go. See if R.J. Johnson can hang on to it. Here is Dennis Guile right now, not able to keep pace with the number 34 machine of Johnson. As they come across the stripe this time, will be 5 laps to go for R.J. Johnson. Back at the wheel, the number 34 machine for Tanner Groh. Every time he gets behind the wheel of this car, he is always a force to be reckoned with. Of course, he's a 5-time USAC Southwest Series champion. Has a USAC CRA, USAC Southwest win this year at Arizona Speedway. As it will be just 3 laps to go for RJ. So R.J. Johnson going to have some lap traffic come into play here. It looks like Wayne Siddle, though, will give him the lower line with 2 laps to go. R.J. going to go up to the top side of the racetrack, work his way around the 7 of Wayne Siddle. Still about 4 car lengths behind that 7 machine of Siddle, but he will go to the top side as Siddle once again takes to the bottom side. The white flag flies this time for the driver of the number 34. And R.J. Johnson will rip the lip through turns 1 and 2. One final time down the back straightaway. Through turns 3 and 4, R.J. Johnson can stretch it out after a hard-fought battle with Kyle Shipley. R.J. Johnson will park it in victory lane here tonight at Arizona Speedway.
Well, it was a long one, but it looked like the number 34 kind of held on. R.J. a wild slugfest.
Yeah, it definitely was a slugfest indeed. R.J. Johnson climbing out of the race car. Your main event winner. See his dad, Ricky, over there, along with Tanner, Megan, his wife. RJ, man, that was quite the race you had there. Kyle Shipley, you guys were slicing and dicing, exchanging slide jobs galore right there the first half of this race, man. It looked like a lot of fun out there.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I do need to apologize to Kyle. We were just throwing haymakers on each other, and just it takes one bad one, and unfortunately he got that. It's hard racing, and sometimes it happens, and I hate to see it, especially with him in the points chase. So, again, I need to apologize to Kyle, but I also got to thank Tanner, man. He gives me a fast hot rod. He did a hell of a job tonight getting this thing where it needed to be.
Yeah, man, it sounds like you're a little long-winded, or a little short-winded there, out of breath, man. That was quite the battle you had right there. Then, of course, that last restart after 2 red flags tonight, man, and those restarts just keep piling up. What's going through your mind?
Oh, it was just, when is it going to end, I told Dennis on the last restart, I said we need to team up on this deal and be smart and get a couple laps before we screw this up and neither one of us finish in the top 2. So, like I said, I got to thank Tanner and everybody over here. They did an awesome job, and it's a thrill to drive this car.
All right, we'll see you back out here in 3 weeks with the USAC CRA and Southwest Series for the Hall of Fame Classic as R.J. Johnson and Dennis Gall with some shake and bake tonight, getting it done here at Arizona Speedway.
We got Dennis Gall down here. Man, you just kind of stayed out of everybody's way.
Yeah, it was a little hairy up on the fence with no brakes. We thought we had them fixed, and it actually got worse. So we're about a foot off the wall in 2, and I was like, well, I'm not going to wad my car up. There's too many people being stupid out here. I just want to thank the fans for staying for this long. That's the longest main event I've ever been a part of, and I'm wound up and tired. So I appreciate you guys staying. I hope we put on a show for you guys.